Good day to you. I hope this video finds you well. This year is about combat. And I don't mean that in a offensive or defensive way, but I do. The reality of the situation is marketing is about finding small variables where you can exploit or expand or truly decrease the distance between you and your customer. Should you be doing what somebody else is doing, or should you be analyzing everything that you possibly can to truly find the difference in your market? If you haven't watched Formula One, the movie, I highly recommend it just from a strategic basis and just from I thought they actually did a great job from a storyline perspective. It seemed like an older guy maybe could really, come back into Formula One and do well. If you know Formula One well, you'll understand what I'm talking about. But the reality of the situation is Formula One racing is a very strict and rigid guideline based situation. But basically, there's two cars that are the same. There's going to be 22 cars in each race. And therefore, there are 11 direct different variations of the vehicle to a rigid rule base. Now, what am I talking about? I'm talking about a situation where each team has to build a vehicle completely to spec, or they have engine manufacturers or different suppliers that may be helping them. But the reality of the situation, they have to go by the guidelines and create the fastest machine possible. Your marketing is a Formula One car. You have a strict and rigid guideline, possibly, or you don't. In wellness, you have very strict guidelines of what you can say and what you can't. You still have guidelines in every other business. You can't make false claims. You can't do certain things. You have to roll. But the reality of the situation is there are specific foundational things that you need. And then there are a lot of different variables that come into play. Does your business have a lot of organic search already by itself? Are people actively searching for exactly what you have? Or are they not? Do you need to incite action? Do you not? There are a lot of car buyers, but then there's a lot of car dealerships. Right? Car dealerships may or may not need to incite action to get low funnel traffic. The biggest mistake a dealership can make is not, a lot of times, is not going for people that are actively searching for cars. There probably already are plenty of people searching for vehicles in a specific market. But how are you going about it? And that's a question between you, your marketing company, your marketing department, your consultants, everybody. And I'm built for combat. And where I've been is not where I'm going. And I'm excited for this year. In the Formula One movie, and I apologize for any spoilers here, but there's kind of that rocky moment midway through the year. One of the guys gets hurt, but they truly kind of start to build a team together. And the rally cry is combat. Because what they found was the car was unstable in combat. So they made simple adjustments to the aerodynamics so the car was stable in combat. Where most teams are looking for an extra tenth on the straights, they were looking for an extra tenth in turbulent traffic. You may or may not be in turbulent traffic. How are you going to find your extra tenth? Is your team as tight as they should be? A lot of people don't know the difference between marketing and advertising. Marketing is the full 7 P's. And please look that up if you don't know what I'm talking about the 7 P's. But the reality is, advertising is just basically promotion. That's just one. That's just one side of it. Your processes, your people, your products, your pricing, the place, the physical evidence behind it. Are you looking at the data that you already have? Does it expose anything? Does it tell you something? Are you doing a heat map for your geography and making sure your targeting's right? Are you targeting 20 miles out for a cold plunge? Probably shouldn't be. One of the best ways to get lean is to understand what your ASA is. And an ASA in automotive terms is assigned sales area. An OEM manufacturer expects you to know your assigned sales area and win in it. There's called a pump in, pump out report. What are you pumping into your ASA? What are you pumping out of it? Who's stealing your clients? And are you lean enough to hit them? Do you have a bunch of yes men around you? Do you have people that'll challenge you, move you forward, and push you? There's easy things to do in every piece of employment. One of those things is being on time and doing the simple things. But the other thing is to push your team forward. And sometimes you have to say things that you don't want to say. And sometimes you have to have a Rocky moment. Dun, 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 and start the work. This year is about the work. And I promise you, if you don't understand the build is the real journey of it, you won't get as far as you want to. And you won't be happy doing it. I don't want to be in a box again. But I also want to liberate people that really don't want to be in a box. I've learned so much just in the past 6 months of working with multiple industries. This is the first time I haven't been contracted in a situation where I technically could not work in another industry while I was working in another. When you work for an agency, you get to experience multiple industries, multiple different characteristics. We're going to talk a lot about how to find a good marketing agency, how to find good marketing consultants, because I am one, I are one. But at the same regard, this podcast is about being able to think differently and to find different variables that can truly take you to another level and take your team to another level. My company is about finding your combat zone. Where can you improve? Where can you find a difference in your market? And seeing all the different variables that could get you there. Kill it in 2026. Kill it in whatever year you find this. Because I promise you, the work is the journey, is the part. I want to show my kids that I can bust it through hard, good, all the different times that are coming this way. And if anything, they'll see resilience. Being wealthy is everybody's goal. Well, what is your wealth? What's your definition of wealth? Mine's being productive. Mine is helping folks find different things that they haven't found yet. And a lot of times it's right in front of your face. Your customers are giving you the content they're looking for, the questions that they're asking. Can you just streamline a process and make your sales process better? Make this year about combat, attack. Get after it. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank y'all.